Hello, everyone. Welcome to Blending Unreal, a dedicated video series to help beginner and intermediate game developers or people that are wanting to get into the game development space. So before we get into what this is going to be all about, my name is Jacob,
Yeah, I'm Josh.
and we're just going to kind of introduce ourselves and talk about how our entire journey started and why we even got into the video game development space in the first place. So, Josh, why don't you go ahead?
Thank you, Jacob. If we want to go back to what got me into the video game stuff, there was an old game that a lot of people may recognize if you're old enough, but it's called Warcraft 3. I spent a lot of time in the world editor, and that kind of gave me a spark that really told me I really enjoyed the video game development. I ended up looking at a bunch of YouTube tutorials and like a lot of beginner stuff. And eventually, I went to college for video game development at Full Sail University, and I've been graduated now for 2 years, and been working on games ever since.
You're wor-
So
you're working on a game too now, like, right? Or
yeah, I am. It's called Reap What You Sow. It's not out yet, but hopefully by the end of the year it'll be at least out for alpha testing. So
let's go. Well,
yep,
it's
looking forward to that.
what we like to hear. Let's go.
Yes, sir. What about you, Jacob?
So mine's sort of like Josh's. Mine actually started out with Ark Survival Evolved. That was an insane game back in its prime. You know, it was so good whenever it had like the rocket launchers, assault rifles, and like that was the most advanced things that you had. I mean, anybody that played that game in the past, I'm sure you guys would say the same thing. But what really got me into the game development space was the base building functionalities with that. And I just got to thinking, like, man, like I like building these complex bases, and it just kind of coincided with game development itself. So I was like, man, I really want to try to like make a game. Like it can't be that hard, right? And then it, it was very deflating how little I knew. So but did that for like a probably like a couple years, just kind of like experimenting. And then I also went to Full Sail University as well. Went there for like a couple years. Got my bachelor's for game art. And I'm also working on a game right now. It's like a little mobile game. It's called Bubble You Bop. And all you do is pop bubbles. So looking forward to that release as well.
Yes, sir. So yeah, this series that we're about to make is going to be for the beginners. So like Jacob said, as a beginner, when you first open up like Unreal Engine or even Unity, it can seem pretty scary at first because you don't really know what you're doing at all, and it's just an
It
empty
really does.
empty screen. So this is kind of going to take you from zero to hero, allowing you to make games and start making your own games and even seeing your visions come to life. So it'll be an exciting journey. Um,
Amen.
so yeah.
But with that being said, this is a wrap for episode one. We'll see you guys in episode two.
See ya.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Blending Unreal episode two. And this is a combination with episode one. This is going to be just kind of talking about what tools you're going to need to actually get started um, with game development. So and Josh, do you care if I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So before you before we even get into the actual game engine itself, there's a lot of things that you're going to have that are prerequisites to that. You're going to have models, you're going to have um, software that you use to create those models, to do art, to be able to put into the game engine itself. So the first thing if you guys have Steam, if you guys don't know how to, if you don't have Steam, you need to go to the internet, go to Google, and just type in Steam, and right here, and then just download Steam, install Steam. You install it, and then inside of Steam, you're going to have a go to the search bar. This thing's in the way. You go to store here, and you just type in Blender, and there it is right there. You just download that. It's free. It's a nice start to be able to start uh, creating 3D assets. Next, you're going to need some type of 2D asset um, software. I use Photoshop, and if you guys don't want to pay for Photoshop, then I would recommend either using Krita or Git. Um, and those will be alternatives to this. If you guys don't want to use a free version and you do want to pay for an app, then I would highly recommend Photoshop. And then last but not least, once you create your models inside of Blender, you're gonna need something to actually paint those models with. You could use Photoshop, but if you want like a PBR rendering, and if you don't know what PBR is yet, that's fine. Not a big deal. We will, it's sort of like it's sort of like an intermediate term. But if you want your models to look lifelike, you're gonna want to use Substance Painter, and that can also be found on Steam right here. Substance Painter. And what's cool about this is that you can actually pay a monthly subscription with this, or um, the version that I have, which was a previous version of 2026. I just paid for it was like a one-time purchase. So I don't know if they offer that anymore. Um, but yeah, that's where you get the softwares to at least get a foundation built. Josh, go ahead.
I just want to add to that Photoshop. If you don't know where to get Photoshop, you just go to adobe.com or just
Yes.
search it in Google,
Yep.
Photoshop. Um, but as for but as for programming, let me go ahead and share my screen. Yep. So we just go here to Visual Studio. So you pull up your search Visual Studio in Google or wherever you're at. Um, Usually just go with I think the newest version right now is 2026. I'm currently using 2022, but 2026 will do the same exact thing. Yeah, just go ahead and download that with the free download. Um, you should be good to go. Mine's a lot simpler, really, since we're going to do more of game development programming eventually down the line. Visual Studio is going to be perfect for us. So that's all you need for programming.
Okay. And those are the tools that you're going to need to get started. With that, that's a wrap for episode number 2.
Cool.
See ya.